Secondary tournament had, I believe, over 100 people. Because the groups went into the double A, so I think there was at least 150.
Anyway, it looks like Failstream and ozipone have started, and 10 bombs at the start. I mean, that's good for the bomb count, but so far, their pads are pretty much the same.
Yeah, this is the typical path, I would think. It's the one I always take when I run, at least.
I don't know. I kind of like the Link's house and the sanctuary. It's a little. There's a chance you'll forget to do the Uncle Escape, but there's also a chance Uncle Escape has nothing.
It's quick enough to check, which is why I like doing it. Even if it doesn't pay out every time.
Well, Uncle seems to have paid out this time. Giving Link his lunch money.
Lunch money, indeed, in both of the ways they can obtain it. Though it looks like Fail has other plans. I think he plans to check the poultry.
Yeah, they didn't. Neither one of them checked the poultry.
Lamp in Sanctuary, huh?
Well, not lampless. That's actually some really good information.
Yes, it's also... I mean, it could mean Aghanim. We don't know that for sure yet, though.
It could mean Aghanim, but more importantly, this means that all of Eastern is open as soon as they get something. Actually, they don't need a weapon. They can just go straight to Eastern whenever. We don't have a map check yet, so we don't know if that's required. But with them being like tier 0 chests, I don't see a world where that's not at least something good to check.
It looks like Uzi got his tree pull and also found out that the little crabs are going to only give us single rupees for drops.
Alright, so it's not looking like Aghanim's required yet.
Not for the item in the Lumberjack Cave, at least. But he could still be required for Dark World access.
It could, but I want to see a jet suit. I think that'd be interesting.
I mean, I'll tell you what's not interesting. Most of the things they found thus far.
Yeah, lots of hearts, lots of love. And
little
money.
Pieces. Then again, typically you don't see anything big until the village that they're coming up to right now.
You say that.
Or at least... yeah, sometimes the village is empty too, but... there's a lot of chests in Kakariko. You basically get 13 locations to check regardless in Kakariko.
Right, and because there's haven't been any bomb drops so far, it looks like Uzipone's going to check Bar and then maybe the Merchant to pick up some.
He's gonna go straight to the Merchant to get bombs if he doesn't find any soon.
Yep.
I wouldn't waste the time. Yep, straight to buy bombs.
It's a good call. It looks like Failstream's right behind him.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised to see one, if not both, runners decide to, when they're done in the village, if they have the money after the bottle vendor, to just buy more bombs since they have a large bomb hold max now.
That's something that could happen. What is with these chests, though? All of the money.
Well, we say all of the money, but that is 1 rupee.
All of the really bad money drops.
Yeah, it's not been great so far. The well here is more than likely going to have a little bit better of a payout for Uzipone here.
Hopefully.
Well, it did immediately.
There's a payout. I'm not sure it's the one you were wanting. Oh, hey, Ether.
There's our first medallion.
That's interesting to see.
Well, it did pay out. It paid out in rupees. So that is their bunny problem.
So, is there talk of adding a rupee toss skill to this game, or no? Because that would be really fun. Just throw Gil at the start. Gil. rupees.
I have no idea if that's planned in any sort of manner.
I doubt it.
There's more money.
I think that isn't that all of the 300 rupees, or are
There are
five
of those.
Okay.
I found 3 of them. Hello, single arrow.
Wow, Kakariko Town did not pay out at all. Well,
Are you kidding? It gave us the means to validate our run. On a more serious note, though, they've gotten not much at all. Even the ball vendors got nothing.
nope, there's nothing here. So the only hope left is race game and maybe a troll item in the bookshelf.
And Uzi's doing as I said here and getting those bombs.
And yes, Lyra, an FF player in your low rule.
Well, now we got the south check to take care of.
Chat brings up an interesting point about checking Zora. It's not in the logic right now, but I mean, both runners probably know how to do fake flippers at this point.
I mean, they'd like to have the moon pearl before they do that, more than likely. Just so they can
but
knock out the waterfall cave on the way.
But what if Zora has moon pearl? It's happened before.
I suppose that is a possibility. It's a slim one, but it is possible.
I mean, it's as possible as anything else. That's a red rupee at the race game. Wow,
Good
Kakariko was a dud.
Well, do your south loop now. That's basically what this tells you to do.
It also tells you to do a map check. Please. We beg.
Yeah, this isn't too out there. Typically, I would save a map check for when I actually go to a dungeon.
When you're done checking the overworld locations? Alright.
Yeah, like typically on my way to Eastern, I'll do the map check. Just so I know whether or not I have to actually clear it out.
It's a rich seed. Let's hire some guards. Let's have them fight Ganon for us.
Yeah, just hire some mercenary to get the job done for us.
I don't know. I think Deadpool would appreciate some work in Hyrule. He's fairly
True,
cheap,
but he
too.
also knows a little too much.
That's true.
Good God. Okay.
Song leaves.
Dwarves.
Money can indeed buy progression, and it's going to this seed. I guarantee it.
Yeah, with how bare this start has been, there's probably something on the ripoff this time.
It's not Hammer. It's not Hammer. It's Vanilla Flipper. How awesome would that be? Vanilla Flippers
Yeah, it's happened a couple times.
in my speed game. Oh man, nut bomb toss by Failstream. That was a big whiff.
More health,
Gold Worm,
and
please.
more money,
Gold Worm case.
and more bombs as well.
Are we gonna get an
Wow.
ice rod check? What happened to Failstream?
I think
I
he
was
fell
looking
off
at the
or got
item.
knocked off. We explained the loss of health. He's gonna get 3 health back, though.
Ice Rod Cave and Agina, probably... You know, this is probably gonna be that, you need to dip Eastern.
No, they're going... Like, if you find nothing, like not even a weapon up here, you hightail it straight to Eastern. Because realistically, unless you're gonna do escape with bombs, there's nowhere
which isn't
else you
that
can
bad.
go.
But... Realistically, yes. Go to Eastern after this. Holy...
Please go to Eastern.
Watch, Agina has the progression item. And then everything
man.
is rupees until Agina. And then Agina has book.
It looks like ozipone is actually deciding to do escape first.
It's not a bad call. It's going to be awkward with 12 bombs, but...
I mean, you only need 5 at a minimum to get through the guards.
Yeah, but this is still something you want to be careful with.
Yeah.
Also something to take into account. Both runners could do the full escape. Failstream is he going to set up? Yep, we got fake flippers.
Yeah, he's gonna check the flippers. Uzi here will have to be a little careful because of the fact that he doesn't have a means to stun these guards, so he's gonna have to be careful with his bomb placement and luring up the guard.
Looks like you got it.
Fire
That's an
rod.
ice rod.
I believe that was a fire rod, but we'll get confirmation for that in a minute.
I will.
That was definitely a
size it.
fire rod. The restream shows a red tip.
Okay. Nice. All right, and
a sword, on the
sword!
hobo.
We've got two splits in the path. One is on route. Honestly, what I would do in Uzipone's position right now is just whip out that fire rod. Just whip out that fire rod and start going to town.
Well, I would save a shot for the guard upcoming, potentially, unless he's planning on doing a death warp. And, like, just to note, he could check that chest in the dark.
He could.
But he might not be able to go to the back.
Failstream's having a little bit of problem. But doesn't have to worry about the crabs.
No, but he is gonna make his way over to Zora now.
Alright, Ozipone's gonna set up for the warp.
Nah, he's just gonna save quit.
That's awkward.
Really, you'd be banking on the... Sorry.
Especially with as much work as they put into it. It's faster to check the darkroom key from the entrance of Hyrule Castle than it is to go around the back.
Yeah.
I also missed the ledge, so did you see what was on it?
I completely missed the ledge. That's never good to have.
Ah!
Still a rip-off,
troll.
too.
Zora with the troll.
Our tracker's saying it was 10 arrows.
10 arrows? Alright.
And I don't believe we have gotten any map checks yet.
Dashrala in the back. What's he got? Just a stash.
Old Cooch just as useless as the rest of this seed has been.
Well, now we've got to go to Eastern Palace. There's no getting around it. It's this or Agina, and Agina is a single chest as opposed to the 3 you can get in Eastern?
Yeah, I think with their current equipment, it's literally 5 checks they have.
Yeah. 5 inbounds checks too, because Darkroom is never expected. And we've got it! Ju and Hera
at Eastern.
That's not good for Eastern.
It's the red pendant, too.
I didn't see what Desert was, but it's also a seed. So
they're both crystals, neither important crystals.
Oh, all crystals are important.
Yep, Hera and Desert crystals. Alright, let's get something good.
Hey!
That's not good.
No, this is interesting.
No, that
provides
probably...
more option.
Well, knowing what we know, that probably means you have to do Aghanim.
And?
Well, it's never ideal to do Aga. In fact, when Fail's done in the castle here, you can actually go do Aghanim. He's just missing Moon Pearl.
Moon Pearl can be on the pyramid though, so
it can be.
That's our first item in Eastern, just 50 rupees.
That's our second item.
That's a second item? The first.
Cape.
Right. We were just talking about the cape.
Yeah, that sword is a sequence break, so the only way that actually, falls back into sequence is if we find flippers prior, or another sword.
Which would be interesting, because if flippers are in the sequence, that means that the waterfall cave is also in the sequence.
This is also true.
So that would potentially give Uzipone an advantage.
Now, Ozzy's going to have to go around for that big key.
Yeah, it's possible that we've only found the compass? Or have we found the map?
You have not found the map. It's going to be a 50-50 on that big chest.
All right. So who here likes to gamble? 50-50 big chest.
I mean, at this rate, it's this, Agina, and that dark escape chest, potentially the back of escape if the key is in that chest in the dark. We need to find something else to get this onto a...
This seed
means
is
of
already
action.
popping. I like it. This is exactly what I want to see in my commentary stream. This is exactly what I want to see. I don't want to see this when I'm racing. I want to see this when I'm commentating. Because this just gives us so much time to like theory craft, like what's going to be in this big chest. Is this going to be a progression item, or are we going to have to go to Agina? Is this like, what other options would they have at this point?
I personally think what we need is in the back of escape, and that key is in that dark room.
I think that would be interesting. It'd definitely play well. Do you think Failstream's gonna have an easier time with the sword, or do you think that matters?
He might have a slightly easier time.
Ooh!
Yeah, that's another bust.
Nothing in Eastern, though, so that's a full clear on Eastern.
Yep.
Eastern is a full bust, unless this is a pedestal seed, in which case... Ha!
Well, they'll be back later. Yeah, Uzi gonna go check the dark room and see if he can get to the back of escape. Although, by this point, I think logic expects you to have... Although I guess the fire rod counts as a weapon, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. And even then, I don't think it expects you to have a weapon. Is ozipone... Oh, he's getting magic.
He wants to fill up that fire rod so he can use it on the rat that he's likely gonna have to go kill.
Yeah, alright, that's it.
I'm gonna be honest, just knowing what we saw from Fail, I have a feeling we have early flippers, and they're the thing keeping us from just going to Aghanim.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I'd even go so far as to say they're in Aghanas. The Desert Warden has the flippers. Makes sense.
We'll know that soon enough here, because Uzipone's going to check what's in this dark room.
So far, Failstream has had one deviation in the route, but has mostly been following in Uzipone's footsteps. Do you think that sword's going to make a big enough difference?
It depends on where the seed takes them, because the sword right now doesn't mean much for Fail.
It doesn't. They haven't had any issues, any points where that sword would be necessary. It's the key in the dark room. We've got a back of escape check.
Well, the reason I was expecting this is when you get the lamp as one of your first items, and you haven't found progression up to this point in time, something lamp locked has to be important. In this case, it's that key.
Arguable. But yeah. Hey, you got a twofer.
And he gets his key. Otherwise, he'd be chasing that rat trying to bomb it.
Which at that point, I'd just sort of grab the bomb and run after it.
Yeah, that would be the best way to do it.
I'll take the points of damage, the heart point of damage. All right, what's in the back of escape? We've got
two
flippers!
expansions and those flippers. I was correct on that, which means Usopp can go get his sword.
Means we're gonna have a later Aghanim check, which...
Well, they might still check him after the flipper path here.
This does mean that Uzapone has access to the waterfall cave too, which could be another big item. Failstream's gonna find those flippers soon, though.
He's going straight to where they are. Because generally the unspoken rule with Aga Seeds is don't go there until you have to.
Yes and no. If it's an Agaseed and you can confirm fairly early on that it's an Agaseed, you do that as soon as you know, and as soon as you have the equipment. Like, I've seen a lot of races where people will hold off on the Aghanim check. It doesn't, it's not good. If it's
In
required,
this
if
instance,
it's required, rip the band-aid off.
yeah, I mean, in this instance, we know with what they have, there's no other choice.
Yes and no. We don't know what's in Waterfall. We don't know what's in Agina.
Yeah, but we would need like Power Glove, Hammer, and Moon Pearl in succession here.
That is what could happen. We've got, but it's not going. Oh, we got Bottle. We got Bottle. We can check Bottle Kit now.
Well, that means he probably has Moon Pearl.
Possibly. It'd be funny. Ozipone could be slightly ahead, but in this kind of a race, in this kind of situation, being ahead is relative. Like, we have no idea what's going to happen. Like, there could be a major split.
I was gonna say, I'm curious where Fail decides to go from here.
I want to say Fail is going to go up to Waterfall.
That's what it looks like. Based
Also,
on what he's taking.
You know what is an item reward, but I'm really grateful they didn't put in this game into the randomizer? The Venus Fairy and the upgrades. Can you imagine what that would do to the logic?
Huh. Yeah, certainly.
Oh, we got a Ozipone heading for the...
He just wants to see if he can get that Moon Pearl prior.
Yeah.
I don't fault him. And Fail going to check the Bottle Kid.
Uzipone's checking the... Oh, Silver's on the desert ledge! That is hype as hell!
Well, they'll definitely be getting those.
There's no reason not to. It's like it's what, a 2-second detour to get them for what could be 5 minutes of fighting Ganon?
Yep.
I am always excited to see some... What does the old man in the desert have? It is absolutely nothing. We're going to Aghanim.
Well, what about this?
There's no avoiding it. There's no avoiding it. It's Aghanim.
Okay, well, at this point...
Moon Pearl on the ledge.
We've checked everywhere. The Pearl is... Because the Pearl is on the pyramid, or a glove, or a book. Something else to get us somewhere else in Light World is on pyramid.
Aghanim hype!
That being said, both are going to go check the location the other just checked.
They don't want it. They don't want it, even though all signs point to it.
So how often does a run start where
don't resist.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, how often does a run start where you don't get the hammer or a glove?
Fairly often, actually. Like, at the start of the game. Although, I've had just as many where I will get Titan bits out of the first 2 items.
Exactly. Like, sometimes you'll get upgrades early.
Which is really awkward.
This has been pretty crappy.
I don't know, it's about what I expect. It's interesting that the routes are basically mirrored at this point.
Yeah. Uzipone's just going to be a few seconds ahead of Fail.
And I think that's entirely because Fail did the fake flippers.
I suppose that is true. Well, I'm not sure, because Uzipone did that path as well.
No. Fail did fake flippers, and then Fail had to go back up to the waterfall cave. Whereas Uzipone didn't.
True, that did cost him a little bit of time.
Yeah. Which is honestly why you should probably avoid doing fake flippers early. It's very risky and often not required. It's not required by logic, but it's also often not required by seed, because there's only 3 chests in that area.
These two are right on top of each other.
Oh yeah, I'm actually surprised by this. It's because Fail didn't collect any hearts. And they're both going to have magic to take out guards. I would say use Fire Rod, but there's some interesting spin strats you can.
Well, on these guys, you'd like to hit them both with a shot fire rod, which is what Uzapone's hoping to set up here. There you go.
Which they did. Personally, I just for giggles, I like to use their tablet, Ether Medallion.
Yeah, you quick freeze them in this instance, I suppose.
Which I've done that and gotten some laughs as I just throw them against each other.
Heh.
Just like little toy soldiers just hammering them against each other until they die.
It's like Uzapone's getting a little lost in the maze, as they now close to sync up.
Yeah, it looks like we've got a high five situation.
Yeah.
Although Failstream is getting bodied by the guys.
Yeah, the guards aren't being kind to Fail. So both are going to be making their ascension up the tower, and...
Oh, do we have almost perfect sync here? Wow, that is... Oh,
well, there
no,
goes Fail falling in the pit. And there goes Ozipone failing in the pit,
wow.
falling in the pit as well. Yeah, Fail, because of the falls just from both of them, is now slightly ahead of Uthapone.
Yeah? Fail got pretty decent, got that lined up pretty decent.
Though Fail, down to 2 hearts, needs to be a little careful here that he doesn't get sent back to the bottom of the tower.
Yeah, even if they're careful with the guards,
Ooh. There are 2 hearts in this room he can get, but he needs to not get pegged by any of these guards.
Or the bats.
I don't think the bats do enough. I know the guards will. He got through. Uthapone down to 1.5 hearts himself.
Both runners are going to have to be pretty careful in Aghanim.
Yeah, they can't afford to take many hits. I believe both are only allowed 1 shot to hit them, and that's it. Especially now since Fail's back at 2 hearts. Oh, and if either runner gets knocked off on this last bridgeway here, they are almost certainly dead. Fail taking it very safe. I do not disagree with that.
I don't either.
Alright. This seed's been pretty bad so far. What are we thinking the blue ball count's going to be?
It's going to be high. It's going to be high, and I will say it's probably going to be what kills one of these runs.
Yeah, I'm going to go a little on the high end and say 5, but like it could be really bad.
Yeah. Now, I forget, how many hearts of damage do Aghanim's hits actually do to you?
I believe they do a full heart when you're in green mail.
Okay. So, both runners have 2 hits that they can take here. And this is it's a safe enough fight, but you gotta be really careful not to, like, mispredict one of these shots. And I've seen a few people, position themselves awkwardly for those blue balls.
I mean, so far, Aga's only thrown 2 at them, and the most it could be at this point is 3. Nope, just 2.
Just 2 blue balls. That's good.
Aga's letting them get straight to business here. And by straight to business, I mean straight to becoming bunnies. Alright,
I think this is the first race I've seen where both runners have used the vanilla sprites.
Yeah. And there's that moon pearl, so they are free to continue exploring in the Dark World.
Are they?
Well, the weird thing about this is it resets when you jump off the ledge like that.
Okay. I've never actually, like...
Although Fail doesn't know this.
I don't blame Fail. This is, it's not a situation you run into a lot.
And, Uthapone here knows Pod is his only answer.
Yeah?
We can't get to the left side yet.
You can't get anywhere else. It's just pod. What would be great is if the first item in pod is a progression item, but not not arrows.
Yeah.
So they have to go out again.
Now, something else to note, because these two finished Aghanim as bunnies, they did not get the full re-heal they would get if they had had the Boom Pearl killing him before. So, Uzapone's still on 1.5 hearts here. He needs to not take a hit before he gets in the pod.
Something I would have done at this point is dip down to get to the fairy. It's slower, but it's not slower than...
Pod is green pendant, Swamp is blue pendant. I believe 5 and 6 were ice and T-Rock.
So we're not seeing the fairy. Almost guaranteed, we're not seeing
Almost
the fairy.
certainly at this point, yeah.
Unless it's some really weird routing where, like, Kane... Like, the Kane is... I don't know. It's somewhere in Dark World and... Yeah, I think it'd just be Kane in Dark... Like, somewhere in Dark World and then... Mirror... But no other progression items.
Yeah.
Well, no, you need, like, Hookshot or something to get over there.
Yeah, to get to the left side of Dark World right now, we would need Hookshot or Hammer, and then we would need glove upgrades. So, like,
what would the sequence be like to make Turtle Rock required first dungeon?
You need like 5 or 6 different items for that to happen, and specifically those.
An early ice rod would be funny.
It would be, certainly. There's the hammer.
So it's an almost vanilla hammer.
Well, that gives us access to the lower Dark World loop.
Doesn't that also give us access to Thieves Town?
No.
Oh, we don't have gloves. That's
we
right.
need gloves to get up there, and there's a Titan's mitt block blocking the way from the south, so they need a power glove to use the spawn that's near Skullwoods.
Yeah. Which it's possible we can still get that.
Yeah, though right now it looks like the dungeon wants to continue giving them things.
Hey, I'm alright with the dungeon giving me things.
Yeah. It's just a question of whether or not they're going to have to come back with a bow to get to either this dark maze or this one other locked room.
Ooh,
there's the big
key.
I'm also going to probably be paying attention to what items we find behind these key doors if we don't get the keys for them both.
We got the keys for them both?
We got the keys for them both, so we're not worried about that. Okay. The potential bow soft lock behind key logic is not possible to see.
That maze has gotta have something good at this rate.
Well, I mean, just the hammer is enough to give you progression. The maze doesn't have to have anything else in it.
I want to see something else in maze. Shovel!
This has been so bad, man.
That's probably one of the trolliest items you can find. Cause...
Also, I'm looking at Medivo down there. It's very likely this dungeon is bow locked. Because, I mean, it's guaranteed bow locked. They need the bow to finish it. So unless this chest is the bow, which it's not, they'll have to come back later if they want to clear this dungeon out.
Which, they might not even need to.
I think Uzi was considering taking a death here, but I think he's considering that going back to the pyramid might be faster. He's gonna take
maybe.
the death.
That's... Well, I guess it's whether or not you want to check the rest of Dark World. And I want to say the pyramid would be faster at the...
Yeah,
because you have to go back through the maze, you have to...
Yeah, I agree. The pyramid is faster here. I think Fail has the correct decision, because walking through this pod maze takes a lot longer. That being said, Fail is actually going to go check the shovel before doing anything else.
Which is a good call. There's no real good time to check shovel location.
Yeah, plus if you find a flute, which we do need, it
Vanilla
covers that
flute
shovel.
would be hype. Vanilla flute would be very hype. No, it's just more money.
That is 300 rupee drop number 4 for those keeping track.
Oh.
Well, at least they have a slightly better means of defense now, which Ozipone's going to put to use.
Yeah, it's nice to have that hammer.
But they're going to have 7 items with their current progression to check. This being the highest concentration. With how crap everything else has been, this cave better be hype.
Yeah, there's 5 items they can check here. There's catfish. What else?
Oh yeah, catfish is catfish is not in logic.
Yeah, it is.
Now he is with Power Glove. That was still a very meh cave.
You can get the catfish with... No, you're
There
right.
is a rock blocking the path.
There's a giant rock.
There's a hammer you can use to get to where the witch's hut is in the dark world, but you cannot progress past that rock without a glove.
Alright.
Alright, so that is their overall Dark World access and their Death Mountain access.
Yeah, we don't have access to Hera yet.
No, which is why they're going to probably save that for later.
Yeah, without full access the rest of Death Mountain, I would probably avoid it.
Okay, hello,
Titans.
Titansmiths.
Well, that's full Dark World access, isn't it?
That is full Dark World access,
Except for Death Mountain.
And that means after doing the South Loop here, Ozipone and Fail are probably both going to just finish Dig Game and loop straight up to the town.
Good call. And with the health totals at what they are, I wouldn't be surprised to see them do Thieves Town.
Yeah, Ozipone would like a bit of a re-heal before that happens. He may not get it.
Yeah, that would be nice. And
Well, there he gets it. That piece of heart from Dig Game that took about 20 digs to get was enough to heal him. I believe the exact count on that one was either 18 or 20. As far as the blacksmiths are concerned, I get the feeling we're not going to see that quite yet.
Unless Mirror's in Thieves Town.
Yeah, it's about the only way, because currently both runners would like to route Skullwoods in after this.
They have the stuff to complete it, and it's a pendant. It's not a pendant. It's the.
There's another 300 rupee drop.
We gotta be running out of those, right?
I believe that is all of them. This has been one of those seeds where you just have gotten nothing early.
It's a Scrooge McDuck seed.
Yeah, it's been very stingy. Although getting those gloves into mitts was pretty nice.
It was. Ooh, is the treasure chest game hype? It's not hype.
Not really.
Nothing is hype.
You may as well just keep your hype levels very low, because this seed is not going to have much of it until we find things. So both runners enter Thieves, hoping to find the 4 items within. Though the first is not exciting at all.
These rupee drops have just been horror. The flute!
That's very nice to have, except we don't have a mirror.
Hype! That still gives you bump.
Yep.
Misery. It gives you the area around Meyer.
Which they can actually go to because of their mitts.
And they can do Old Man real quick.
Yes, they can. That actually lets them fly up the mountain.
Yeah, they don't
They
have
would-
to do the climb.
They would love to find a mirror in Thieves to go along with that flute, just so they don't have to save and quit to activate it.
I wonder if either runner's going to try and do Ice Palace early.
Yeah, that is a good point. We actually do have access. The only problem is, depending on the key logic, the logic might want you to have the hook shot first.
It could, but if either runner is comfortable with the bomb jumps required for that, it's one of the more awkward dungeons to check.
It is definitely on the table, and it would certainly be a surprise to see a runner go in there this early. Though something that we do need to bring up is this could actually just be a mirrorless seed because of the fact that Swamp Palace is a pendant.
It could be. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, those seeds tend to be slow burdens because you have to save and quit often.
It'd be nice to see Pegasus boots soon.
It'd be nice to see a lot of things very soon. These guys are really... I mean, that's something.
Well, there's Turtle Rock.
Yep, the only item we're missing to get into T-Rock now is some way over to right side and the Cane of Samaria. And, well, whatever medallion we need to open it.
I'll be honest, that's probably one of the better... it's pretty nice to find that early, because that is one of the trollier items.
Oh yeah, Ice Rod loves to just hide. Anywhere it wants.
It can be anywhere.
So when you find it right now, it helps.
Helps is a strong word.
Yeah, helps is probably the wrong word. It's nice, it's convenient is a better word.
There you go.
And that's our fourth item. Wonder if these guys have been counting.
There's only 4 in... Is there 4 or 5?
4. If Ozzy's been counting, he'll just go straight up.
Yep. Looks like Uzi's been counting.
Both runners have been. They know the compass on the map is in that big chest, and that blind has the other. As we get a staircase stink. Staircase sink. I just backwards to that so badly.
Ballroom Blitz? Blind pun of the day.
The eye doctor. So both of us are going to get through this fight pretty quickly, because blind is one of the few fights in this game that's very much the same as long as you follow certain stipulations and rules.
And both runners have it. So this is textbook fight.
Yeah, fail's already done. Fight got a little out of Uzi's control, but he's gonna finish it out nicely. Now, do you try to clear Skull on your current inventory?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd say there's not much of a reason not to.
There's no reason not to.
You can clear out the entire dungeon right now.
Literally, just go up to Skull Woods, do it, and you never have to come back to this area.
Well, plus it's typically value woods, and, well, right now we could use more value.
Yeah. The only thing I could see being a downside here is if they don't check Bumper Cave outside of the woods, and Bumper Cave turns out to be something important.
Yeah, that would be a little bit of a problem. Though it's not like getting back over here would be much of an issue after they activate the flute.
It looks like Ozipone's just going straight for the end. They don't even want to check stuff. They just want to...
I think what he's doing is he's going to probably check Skullwoods backwards.
I'll agree with that.
Now, Uzi could use Ether here to get rid of these Gibdos if he wanted to.
Could also use the Fire Rod.
Yeah, either work, and I guess in this instance they're actually the same magic.
I think the only issue is they haven't been really lining up for the fire rod.
Yeah.
Uzi's being kind of careful.
Well, he's got to be really careful now, because when the statue ends up in this weird position, it's hard to get a hold of it again.
Yeah.
You got it, though.
And just a burrito for all the trouble.
Delicious,
Failstream's not even...
The delicious uselessness. And yeah, Fail's going straight for the back.
An interesting divergence. Would you say it's faster, like, check that chest last?
That one, I would have probably checked it on the way out after having found other things.
Yeah.
In fact, yeah, it may be better just to check it last.
Failstream topping off.
Uzi checking the chest down here first.
It's not necessarily the most optimal way to do it, but I can see why.
I think he wants to do another death warp to get a little bit of health back. No, he's just gonna walk back. He did take a couple of hits from those Gibdos. It wouldn't have been terrible.
It wouldn't have. But it looks like Failstream's gonna be first one into Mothra.
Yeah.
Is it Mothra or Mothula?
I believe it is Mothula. Mothra, I believe, is the Godzilla monster.
Right, Mothra's trademark. We shouldn't be saying that.
But, yeah, this is not going to be the most fun of fights, but it's definitely doable.
It's not that bad, considering they still both have a pretty decent magic bar. It would be a little nicer to have, like, a potion or something, but...
Fail has unleashed the bee.
Alright, so does that actually do anything?
It does damage to the moth. Like, it is actually able to be damaged by that.
Interesting.
Problem is it makes it spaz out all over the place.
I did notice that. Failstream finishing the fight.
Yeah, that went pretty well.
With the cane!
So that turtle rock.
So that turtle rock. Also, that map check. He's gonna be checking that on the way out. Oh, wow.
Oh, Fail's gonna come back in to get this.
Yeah, the key.
As Uzi works on his moth. Almost dies, gets through it though.
This is probably the worst point to get a death.
Yeah, you wasted.
There's not really a lot of good spots to get magic refills in this dungeon.
There's not. Not to mention you waste a ton of time just dying to moth.
Pretty clean fights, though.
Yeah.
Well, clean-ish.
Both runners probably gonna find the last diamond skull before doing anything else.
Oh, definitely. You're here. You have Kane. The hope is that the next item is like hookshot or something.
Yeah, main difference here. Fail's gotta check this item still.
Yeah, but he's got Kane to do that.
He now actually has the cane to do this faster. He's gonna push the statue anyway. Fail, you have a cane.
Fail. Fail, why?
He probably forgot he just picked that up.
Fail, why? Fail, please.
So we have not found the big key.
Nope.
And I don't think we found the compass.
We found the big key.
Yep, 2 chests left.
Yep. I'm hoping it's not... Well, it looks like Uzi's checking the big chest first. I mean, I would have checked the other chest.
It's on the way. That's the main reason he's checking it now.
Yeah.
But if you don't have to do this bomb jump, which he didn't, you don't want to.
No.
So that's the argument for checking the other chest first.
It's the
And
mirror!
there's the mirror.
Skullwoods!
Skullwood's paying out once again.
So, is this just a, required check Skullwoods from now on, forever? Because that seems to be the case.
You don't skip Skullwood just because it doesn't require anything to enter the front section. You need to get whatever's in there if it's important, because it likes to see the generator likes the high progression there.
Uzapone's making his way up to Death Mountain. Doing the ascent,
I've
actually.
gone back and activated that flute.
Can see arguments for both. Flute is out of the way at this point. Meanwhile, you have to do Old Man anyway.
Well, Fail's doing the Graveyard Cliff. This is also a bit of a smart move.
It is. It's on the way.
Yeah, my argument for doing the flute is you're probably going to come up here, you're going to go do Hera, you're going to look at T-Rock. Having the flute to get off this mountain would be pretty convenient.
Yes and no. Again, I see the arguments for both. Meanwhile, the Graveyard Ledge was not worth it.
Yep.
And Fail's probably going to go activate.
Yep. Old Man had $50, but we have Spectacle. We just have like most of Death Mountain to check at this point.
Ooh,
there's
some blue mail. That's nifty. And
And
Bombos.
Bombos. They're probably going to want to go grab that.
Hi, Ice Palace.
Again.
For the second or third time.
This does mean, though, that if we do have the medallion, if it's not Quake to get into Turtle Rock,
Just going to Turtle Rock.
we could get that Pyramid Fairy after all.
We could. I don't think either runner would be happy about that, but we could.
Uzi going for this somewhat odd and tricky bomb jump in this cave.
I don't like this bomb jump.
Yeah, it's weird. You have to go clip into the wall and ride the wall with your bomb. Did he get it? Yes.
Nice. Fail is
Nice
checking,
jump.
though.
He's checking Meyer, yeah.
Meyer, right.
So let's see. Meyer's
It's
medallion
an
is
ether.
ether, so we can go into Meyer and he can actually clear it.
Nope. Can't go into Meyer.
Oh, right. Hook shot or boots. That's what we're missing.
You could probably bomb jump.
No, it's too wide. That's why you need them. We also get a Fisher-Price shield from Fail.
But we could get a desert check.
Well, he'll probably grab those silver arrows.
Ooh, map it. First item map in Hera.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Which key?
Big key.
Okay.
Maybe no basement.
Checkerboard cave up on Fail now.
Ooh, what's in it? Money. Just money. All of the money this seed.
No, Fail not going to bother with Desert right now. He's going to hope to clear it and Meyer in one swing.
Why not? Why not check desert? You were in the area. It's a quick check. You can at least verify if it needs boots or not, which might actually be the reason why you don't check.
Yeah, the boots are, I think, the main thing keeping him away. Just, he'd like to be better safe than sorry on that.
But at the very least, you could have grabbed silver, so when you finally do find the bow, which you're gonna find the bow, there's the other shield.
So yeah, that bow, I would have at least grabbed silver. That's just a quick mirror off to the side. Uzi going for all the bomb jumps here.
Yeah?
It's the Hera one too.
Oh, that's a basement required Hera.
Yep.
That's not fun.
No.
Well, on the plus side, Uzi can get a bathroom break in.
Yeah, that's the one convenient thing about that basement room is you have a decent amount of time to do something if need be.
Fail is meanwhile going towards Bombos and grabbing the blue mail. I assume grabbing the blue mail. There's no reason not to grab it. Now, I have a question. You might know this more than I would. Can you do that bomb jump for Spectacle Rock in reverse?
I don't think you can.
Interesting.
If you can, it's very precise.
I would think that would be faster than going around. Could do.
No. Based on the fact that I only ever see the bomb jump from this side, I am fairly certain this is the only way people know how to do that bomb jump.
Going back around? Interesting.
Well, he knows he can't do the bomb jumps, so instead of saving and quitting, he's just going to leave the cave.
I suppose the other exit from that cave is longer.
Yeah, plus he has to deal with more of these
Cabbages.
boulders and cabbages. So Uzi checking the right side of Death Mountain now.
Alright, we got a spiral.
Yeah, except no boots, so this is a slow cave.
Now, Uzi didn't check the basement, did he?
No, he bailed.
I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Although
Yeah.
it could bite him.
It certainly... Excuse me, it certainly could bite him.
That's gotta be one of the most skipped chests. In a dungeon.
Yeah, no one likes checking that basement chest.
We're getting 7 chest hype, though. Maybe?
Right, with
Nope.
the mirror, they actually can go to Dark World like whenever in this sequence.
Yeah, and probably going to check... Oh, I see what they're doing, and this is a really good setup for this. They're going to check 7 chests and then Super Bunny Cave at the same time.
I mean...
That's actually a really good setup.
It is, but I probably would have used the portal on top of T-Rock and entered Super Bunny from the back end. It saves you a bit more of a walk.
A little bit. But this saves you a bomb jump.
Yeah, it's basically pick your poison here. Which would you rather do?
Oh, if that had gotten all 3 of them, that would have been just the best.
Yeah.
7 chests, disappointing though.
Yeah, Paradox Cave not paying out at all.
I am... It's what I like to always see in entrance rando, but seems more miss than hit in item rando.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Failstream, coming up on Moldrum.
It went pretty smooth for Uzi. We'll see if it goes smoothly for him. I think I just saw a hook shot.
Was that a hook shot?
I think I saw a hook shot in Super Bunny Cave. Yeah, that was a hook shot.
We got a full clear Death Mountain.
Yep, what a convenient time to find that. He can now go straight to Hookshot Cave.
And avoid Turtle Rock.
I mean, you still check Turtle Rock.
You don't want to, but you do check it.
You check that turtle, and I think you go in that turtle.
They're debating.
Well, you check
Uzi-
this first.
Uzi is going for the basement, and Fail's going for the basement.
Yeah, Fail's going to the basement to see what that item was.
We got a boomerang.
Yep, Bloomerang for Uzi. But it doesn't look like much else. Oh, that's not what you wanted to latch on to. And Fail messes up his block setup too, so he's going to have to actually deal with the tiles. Oh, well,
yeah.
the sword's worth it.
Master Sword is always worth.
Yeah, it makes going into Turtle Rock a little less painful too. You don't want to go in there on a fighter sword.
Yeah.
They were both ether. We're going into that
Oh.
turtle.
Nice. Turtle go mode. We do not currently know if Boot's locked. And Hera Basement was worth the skip.
Well, Uzi will be happy to know that. So when you look at what we have in our inventory here, I think the only progression item we need at this point to finish is the bow.
Absolutely need? Yeah, it's the bow. What you would like is probably boot.
Yeah. Because there are enemies inside Ganon's tower that require the bow to kill.
Yeah.
Alright, I think I see how Fail's routing this, and I do actually like it. He's gonna activate his Dark World portal here. He'll mirror your spiral and do the lower portion, then come back up and do the top portion.
And we know for a fact this isn't a pedestal seed.
Yeah, at this point,
yeah. Well,
nothing
all right.
Well, boots.
One item.
Boots could be on ped.
It is highly unlikely this is a pedestal. Let me correct myself.
And yeah, chat pointing out too. Bow could be in GT at this point because we don't need it for Pod, because Pod and Eastern are both pendants.
That's true. It could be GT. Oh, how troll would that be? Like,
quite.
GT bow. Like, if you don't have the bow going in the GT, do you go into GT anyway, or do you just?
I think you do, because it only keeps you from going to top floor. You can check the entire bottom floor without that bow.
And all 22 chests.
The one problem is that bow could be in Swamp Palace, and they do have the means to get in there.
It could be. That'd be pretty troll too. Not gonna lie. Hera Basement was a big 50.
Apo one-shocks. Pod has been cleared out as much as we can without the bow, so the bow can't be in Pod at this point.
And because both Eastern and Pod are pendant dungeons, can't be on pedestal.
Nah, and it can't be on Sahasrara either.
Nope. Because Pod was the green pen.
Yep.
I like this setup with the cane. I can never get it myself, though. Powder.
Yeah.
I like the powder find because this is a really good spot to have it.
I mean, just in that position, it's like, you got the magic powder. Oh god, I'm gonna get eaten by a chain chomp.
Well, that's not gonna be much of a problem.
Nope, he can recover that in the upcoming room.
Actually, could have recovered from that in this room, but...
I mean, there's 4 anti-fairies in the upcoming room.
That's true.
This also opens up Bat, which, since Uzi has yet to activate his flute, he may go do that when he goes to get the flute activated. Can even wrap a few other things in.
Yeah, while he's doing Bat, might as well check Smith's. Maybe even Purple Chest.
Yeah, maybe even Purple, since he'll have the flute to make it easier.
Although, Purple wouldn't necessarily be required.
Yeah. Haunted Grove is also a location he could check.
Yeah, south of Haunted Grove.
But yeah, that bow is... It's the thing we would like to see as soon as possible to stop all the chest checks in these dungeons. At least the runners would like that.
No. Could be the last item they find. And in the last crystal dungeon.
I do wonder now, though, when someone's actually going to go check Desert.
You know, good question.
Uzi might, actually, since, again, that flute hasn't been activated. He can go to Meyer with this hookshot and actually clear out Meyer while he's there. Well, we get to see Mimic Cave this run.
Yeah. It's a good call.
Just smash these Gorias into submission first. And find the bow!
Well, we're in go mode.
Go mode except we don't know if we need boots.
Potentially go mode. Kinda go mode?
It's mostly go mode, and
Mostly go mode.
at this rate, if when Uzi goes to get that flute opened, he's gonna go straight to desert and check if he needs boots.
Probably. That'd be the
If
best.
he doesn't, he's just gonna speed his way for the rest of the game. Now, we could still need the boots for GT, even if they're not needed for desert. There's that one location they need it for.
We're in quantum go mode. Failstream missed the torch, and I think they're gonna have to relight all of them at this point.
Yeah, I don't know if he has enough time to get back.
I don't think so.
Nope.
Yeah.
So he's gonna have to refill his magic and do that again.
Yeah, at this point, resetting the room is probably the best plan.
No, that doesn't reset the full magic refill he just took.
It does not. However, there's enough of those in Turtle Rock that I always feel really comfortable coming in here with nothing.
True. I mean, he'll probably just mirror back to the front after this and get the full magic that was there.
Interesting use of Cane.
Yeah, that helm sword can be a pain. This, however, is not going to be the most fun. They have a cape, but it's not really enough for what's here.
Deathwarp might have been a better idea there for Fail. They are really low on health.
Ooh, Uzi, you may want to go. Yeah, he's going right now to get the safety.
The backup, please.
Yep. Use Cane again to bump off the beetle.
I like the Cane strats. I might have to use those myself.
Yeah, he's gonna get the safety here, so when he does die...
Fail, please. You're still early.
Notice I said when, because he's going to die.
Oh, almost certainly. The chain chomps are going to be what get him. Or were you talking about...
I was referring to Uzi, but yeah, Fail might die to the chomps too.
Oh no! Oh no! Fail didn't get the invincibility frames.
No, he didn't.
Uzi has just sort of been, like... This is a pretty hard stop.
Yeah, this is not an easy thing to do here, these laser skips on the bridge. And he has to do them too. One of these has the key he's looking for.
The last chest has the key.
Well, he's got two left. Well, yeah, no.
That's the last chest.
Yeah. I was looking at the wrong feed. So he's going to take another heal and make his way to Trinex.
Trinex with Master Sword is never really fun.
That's why you use the hammer instead.
It just sounds awkward. I would almost rather use spin strats. Almost.
Yeah, no matter what way you slice it with Trinex, if you don't have at least a tempered sword, he's not going to be the most fun fight in the world.
No. Then again, I always fought him with gold. I do not play around on my casual playthrough of Zelda. Fail ran out of magic.
A little inconvenient. It's going to make him have to go through these pokies the old-fashioned way.
Not good.
Uzi finishes off the Firehead.
That was a nice switch. Pretty frame perfect, I think. Oh no!
Down to his lash. That was his last shot.
That was tense.
Now he's got to deal with the main body. Fail, meanwhile, going to get his bow.
Ooh, you do not want to get hit by this either.
I think he'll do 3 hearts on contact right now, so he can afford to take 1 hit, but Takes down the turtle. I think we're out of items in the dungeon too. Nope, never mind. Wasn't like they needed anything at that point other than boots.
Yeah, there were no progression items left. I guess. Now, ozipone is probably going to start hitting up flute locations. After...
I think he's just gonna...
Wait, what?
I think I know what he's thinking here. Oh, no.
Okay.
Aghanim, that's why.
Yeah.
Because they killed Aghanim, if they don't go to Light World before save and quit, they're just gonna go to the pyramid.
That's usually not something you need to worry about for randoms.
No.
Surprisingly.
In this instance, they have both those items, so they actually need to keep it in the back of their mind. Or at the very least, Uzi did. Fail is going to be just using flute everywhere.
Boop.
So Uzi's going to unlock this, check Desert and Mire, and figure out what to do from there.
I think the first call is just a dip mire. Not dip mire. Dip desert.
No, you get that information immediately, because if you don't need those boots, you're just going to skip the remaining chests and all the remaining dungeons.
Yeah. So what do you think boots are?
I mean, heads open for those.
How awkward would it be if it was a pedestal seed, like boots at Ganon's tower, boots not required for desert?
Huh.
Maximum troll?
Yeah, that'd be pretty troll. So, Uzupon here is going to find out that he needs ether, which he has, to get into Mire.
Had a much cleaner laser bridge.
He's probably practiced it a little bit.
It's something that you probably should practice if you're not used to it.
Yeah.
I know I always sort of body the lasers, and like I die a lot on this bridge. It is the bridge I die on.
Yeah. Uzipone picks up his silver arrows.
Yep. So this Landmoles fight will be pretty easy.
Yeah, his Lambos, his Vitreous, they're both going to be real fast.
No!
And we are boots locked.
Well, there goes my dream.
So we are not in go mode yet.
The go mode has been installed.
And that opens up Pod and Eastern again for their pendants. It opens up Swamp to be checked. And more importantly, it means that you have to check all of Mire and Ice Palace. So this race has now come down to...
Interesting strategy by Failstream.
What's he doing?
He switched before finishing off the head.
I think the reason he probably did that is because he didn't want the ice head getting any ice on the ground.
Possibly.
It's a fail-safe.
It does cause a bit of lag, and it's also makes movement second part of the fight harder.
Well, he's gotten to the last phase.
Yep. So where do you go now as Uzi? Do you do the Ice Palace check? Do you do Mire because you're here?
You do Mire.
All right.
That's exactly what he's doing.
Silvers, everything required to clear it. I'm not opposed to this.
You're here. You may as well do it, even if you have to flute back over to the desert later.
Which is not the worst thing to do.
Nah, it's relatively fast.
Now, as Failstream, you already know that you can access Mire, but do you go there having just finished Turtle Rock, or do you go to Ice Palace and try to get that Fat Fairy?
That is a good question. The problem is, because he never checked Desert, he doesn't know he needs those boots.
He doesn't.
Which is why he's going there now to check that.
And we're probably going to see the Mire played by him. Well, So the runners have just sort of been mirroring each other's routes.
Yeah, there has not been a ton of split between these two. It has just been kind of the path of both runners just to take what seems the most efficient here. Of course, he's gonna grab his silvers too.
Yeah, there's no reason not to at this point.
So where do we think that those boots are gonna be?
Cold stare?
Gold Stare wouldn't be a surprise.
Just because I'm a jerk.
Feels ever the more likely as we go on.
Could be Fairy.
Uzi just got a Godmire.
That Uzi can't really... Uzi's gonna take advantage of it.
He's just gonna go kill Vidi first and then go get the items.
I don't disagree with this.
No, I've done this before. It's not a bad idea. Plus, then if Vidi has an item, you can check him off the list.
That's true. I guess it's just something I never really thought of.
Yeah. Fail gonna make his way into Mire, now getting the bit of a bummer news that he does need those boots.
So, you think we're gonna find more sword upgrades? Not that we need them.
I think we'll at least find one more. While you don't need tempered, you prefer to have tempered.
Yeah, gold is less interesting.
Yeah, I am looking at what chat's saying here. It is kind of an interesting thing. Fail did do a bit more overworld checking than Uzi did. So if those boots are just hightail into the end of nowhere, Fail has a little bit of an edge up on that regard.
That's true. But this is still anyone's race. Like, now it's the race to find.
Yeah, whoever finds the boots is gonna have the lead in this seed.
I'd go so far to say is whoever finds boots will probably have the best chance of winning.
Looks like Uzi did just found another key on Cold Stare. Not Cold Stare, Vitreous.
It's not what you want to find. It really isn't.
No, you were really hoping to find something. In an ideal
any item.
In the ideal case, you were really hoping to find boots.
Yeah, because then you can just mirror out.
Fail taking a bit of extra damage on those spikes. Because
looks like Fail's not gonna do the Godmire.
Nope, he's gonna go hunting first. This will help him out a teeny bit, but it depends on where the items actually are.
It does. I don't know if this would put him ahead if he finds both of the items quickly.
I mean, even if he finds the boots, the fact that Uzi has finished Vitreous means he can just mirror out when he finds them.
Ooh, I think the items are gonna be pretty deep too. This one.
Well, there's 4 locations we haven't seen yet. Uzi's checking one of them.
And that's first item. I'm gonna bet an item's cutscene chest.
Yeah, I wouldn't be in denial of that. But, looks like Uzi's gonna gamble on it not being that chest.
Both runners are. And both runners can check the, big chest. So, yep.
Nope, Uzi's out.
Uzi found the last item, and they're bailing. And Fail is now going to go finish the dungeon.
So, Uzi here likely going to ice.
Fail,
he's
doesn't
missing
have a key.
He's missing a key if he wants to take that path. And
there is another path that he has unlocked right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, there is another path he can take, but he's probably just used to doing it this way and thinks he needs that key. But does the big chest have one?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
I guess that works out then.
We're good.
It's probably faster than going to that other door, frankly.
It likely is.
Not by much, mind, but enough.
Oh, that health total though.
He has powder. I'm not too concerned.
But are they going to use it? Yep. All
Yep.
right. Well, that's good.
This is one of the best dungeons to have magic powder for.
It is.
It makes Myra a lot less of a stressful dungeon than it typically ends up being. Because Myra has a lot of those does 1 heart damage regardless types of obstacles in it.
Yeah. There's a reason it's called Misery Mire. Not Happy Fun Time Mire.
Yeah. Also, a little convenient, I would say, for ozipone here. He finds a key in the first chest in Ice Palace.
Now, is that convenient, or is that, like, just something to read because you now know you have to go deeper in?
Well, the thing about that key, typically, at least when I find it early, is it allows me to check the right side very quickly.
That's true. There's a pretty early right side locked door, isn't there?
Yep. And he's also going to opt to not do the bomb jump because his plan is to full clear the dungeon, and he has Kane and Samaria.
Yeah, you don't do the bomb jump if you don't have to.
Yeah, in this instance, if he does find the boost, it will slow him down a touch because he'll need to find the big key and the key to finish the dungeon with. But this is otherwise the correct move.
Alright, clean fight by Failstream.
Execute those eyes.
And ozipone going straight to the right side, checking the jellyfish.
Well, he's going to check this chest last. You check this chest on the way out, so you don't have to walk back over the spikes.
Right, getting ahead of myself.
But he will be checking this room, and the room above it.
Tempered?
There's that
That's
sword.
Interesting. Now, where is Fail going? Ice.
To ice as well.
It's pretty. It's a pretty solid move, especially with Turtle Rock completed. Turtle Rock being a red crystal.
Yeah, that Pyramid Fairy is a location they're both thinking about.
Pyramid Fairy is looking very tempting.
There's the big key for Ice Palace over in the Jellyfish Room.
Now, if I remember right, going downstairs in the Jellyfish Room is it's the other side of the Hookshot Bridge, isn't it?
Yes.
Wouldn't it be faster to go down there instead of going around to Hookshot Room?
You don't have to go back to Hookshot Room at this point, though.
Butter.
Oh, hi there. Both the remaining swords in Ice Palace.
That's interesting. Is that all the items in Ice Palace?
I think
there's one more.
We're missing one. And there's 2 chests left, because he's got to get to this one on the right side quick, too. And based on his key count that he has remaining, I believe one of these items is the map or compass. And the other is the item he wants.
Both could be map or compass.
Well, I think he's still missing one item.
Yep, and the other item could be, other chest could be map.
Cold Stare is remaining. And I guess when he pauses, because he'll be pausing to switch his equipment item around a couple times here, we'll see whether or not it's an item on Cold Stare. I believe it is.
Oh wait, no, he did have the map. It is an item on Cold Stare.
Yeah. Probably gonna get this heal quick, though. So, coming into this dungeon, your initial thought was, well, this is not going to be the best Cold Stare. Now going to Cold Stare, now having grabbed what you have, the thought is, Cold Stare, you are going to melt.
Yep. Now, it's faster to use the Fire Rod, correct? But Bombos requires less mana?
It's faster, and currently, Well, he'll have enough magic now. Ozipone could go for full Fire Rod if he wanted. There's also a glitch that lets you use your sword beams to do the Fire Rod damage to the ice. I have no idea how it works.
That would be hype to figure out. Uzi's just going straight for the bombos.
That's the safe play.
Honestly, it is. It's less mucking about with the with the falling rocks.
Couldn't quite keep the cold stairs contained, but it's not like they're gonna live for long.
No, with Butter Sword, this is a easy fight.
It looks like Ice does not want to have those boots either.
It does not. We've got Fat Fairy unlocked though.
Yeah, like every other location they could check at this point is more or less open. There's just a couple of little fetch questy things that have not been fulfilled.
In all honesty, this is the kind of situation I don't like being in, because you have everywhere to check it.
You have everywhere to check, and where do you start?
Yeah.
I guess he's probably checking Pyramid Fairy first. For a
Especially-
moment there, I
especially-
thought he was going. For a moment there, I thought he was going to swamp.
Especially since the very last crystal you need is desert, and it's blocked behind boots. So you're in the situation you're usually at with Turtle Rock, where you have to check everywhere. I think it'd be really funny if we find Book, and then all of the tablets are just nothing. And you check Pedestal, and it's... Oh yeah, Pedestal Seed.
I think Fail is actually doing this a little bit more efficiently than Ozipone did.
Possibly.
By falling into that middle section here, he can just open the top door here and get to the chest that's over here this way. But he still has to go back for the big chest though, so I'm not sure how much faster it is.
Ice Pulse is one of those really awkward route. Like,
It is, especially when you are or are not doing the bomb jump. It changes routing quite a bit when you do that.
right. That was a very long 3.
So if Uzi does not find boots here, where does he go next?
It's the Quack.
Yep, not what we need.
Not what we need. Not what we want.
So I guess the question now is, do you check Overworld or do you go to the Pendant Dungeon that you haven't checked yet, being Swamp Palace?
Swamp is, what, 6 chests?
Yep.
Ideally, it's the most condensed number of chests, so money is on that.
Yeah, that's where he's going, too.
I'm not sure if it's fastest check.
Well, certainly not. They don't have the boots to make Swamp Palace a fast check. Nor do they have the liberty of go-moding the place.
If they could go mode this place, they wouldn't need to check it.
Precisely.
Fail with a very clean cold stare. Now,
Very clean.
where is Fail going to go after this? This is interesting. Are they going to do the same checks that Ozipone is, or are they going to go somewhere else?
They have a lot. Both of them have a lot that they still have left to cover.
Failstream has less overworld locations, though.
I think he's only checked a couple more that Ozipone has not. Like, he's checked the shovel, he's checked the Graveyard Cliff, and I think that's about it.
Yeah, I think Fail agrees that the play is Swamp.
Well, he's gonna do the Pyramid first, probably.
Maybe. Ideally, that's where you want the boots to be.
Haiku type, to answer your question, Pod has been cleared out up until the bow area. Like, there's the 2 chests there and Helmasaur. And Eastern Palace has been fully emptied of items.
Yeah, the only reason they need to go into Eastern now is if it's a pedestal. Which we don't know yet. No one has book.
Nope, and they'd like to find that just for the confirmation, but at the same time, it also opens up more locations, so you might not want to find it.
Fail, meanwhile, doing the mirror strats to get bomb in place. I like those strats more than I like taking it on a little tour.
Yeah, when you've beaten Aghanim, this little option opens up to you.
Now, interestingly enough, neither runners checked Peg Cave, Smith's, or Purple Chest.
Nope.
Which, Peg Cave and Smith's, those are pretty quick checks at this point.
Yeah, and then there's also Bat, who's still been on the table.
Yeah, and that is like 4 really close together checks. 4, right? No, 3.
Yeah.
3? No? Yeah, 4.
Or you just have to take that purple chest somewhere else.
I can math good. Oh, getting some safety.
I think he's getting some potions, yeah. Ozipone gets the big key just before the big chest.
That's a nice check, but it's a burrito.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna opt to the left side first. And I think Fail's gonna follow him in the swamp. And Uzi is making sure not to flood that key.
Fail, what are you doing?
Yeah, where is he going, actually?
Fail, you don't have a warp point.
He realized. His intention is swamp. He just forgot he wasn't in the dark world to start his segue over.
Alright, so have you been keeping track of the item count from Ozipone, or...
Not in the slightest.
It's just been money and hearts, right?
He's only gotten 2 items. He's only gotten the 1 item that's not the big key and the map, whatever it is. Yes, Joe Walker, they have Witch, but they have to find the mushroom first.
Okay, so here's the plan. Powder into mushroom, mushroom into book, book into pedestal.
We're really banking on that pedestal now, aren't we?
What can I say? I'm not a nice commentator.
It's time to go for these runners to go left, right, and every which way, though.
Oh yeah.
Bombs in both the left chests.
Ouch. That's not what you want to see.
I mean, I know that their current results are bombing, but this is ridiculous. Now, because Fail's doing the same checks that Ozipone is, Uzi is going to still be ahead by a margin, as far as we can tell.
It's still a race to boots, though.
It's a race to find the thing that actually makes you go fast.
It is. Funny how that works.
Indeed.
Now, that little thing with the statue right there, I can never get that to work.
I have, but it's really odd.
What's the logic behind that?
I don't know. For some reason, just pushing the statue forward without pushing it left or right or backwards at all just makes that work.
Okay.
And as long as you pick up the pot, well, like, you gotta be, like, nestled against it. It's a weird little thing with how the
Now, here's where
behaves.
we could get some divergence. Like, if Fail does the back check,
and doesn't do left.
doesn't do left, which I don't see why you wouldn't at this point. Bottle.
I believe that's only our second.
It is only our second bottle. I think
Weird,
that's...
You get more of those usually.
Sometimes.
And Fail is going backwards, going into the back first. The problem, though, is when he gets done with Argus here, unless he has the boost, he's going to realize there's 2 items on that left side, and he probably won't be inclined to leave them behind. Little does he know there are 2 sets of 3 bombs, but that's not gonna change his decision any.
This Argus fight, beautiful.
Yeah, Uzi is shredding the Argai.
Yep, that butter sword.
2 butter hits are gonna deal Argus a fatal blow here. He gets the big 20 for his efforts.
Ah,
So
so
Swamp
there
was a bust through and through.
complete total bust.
So now where is Ozipone going to go? Is he just gonna full gamble pedestal, or is he gonna actually check some overworld?
That'd be the play. Do the full check on pedestal, like do the blind pull on pedestal, straight up. No,
He's gonna check a couple of close together, easy to check locations.
I have a logic question. Is it possible for a book to be on pedestal?
It is.
Oh, that would be
hilariously. And then
that
you
would be
can read the pedestal after you pull the book off of it. It says this is a paradox.
That would be beautiful. So
it's happened a couple of times in the tournament. It's hilarious whenever that happens.
While Uzi had the better strats, it looked like Fail's
Fail was
Fail's
trying to
was
set up for the quick kill there.
I mean, it was fast, but probably not what he wanted.
Yeah, if you hit Argus with 2 fire rod shots and then hit him with a tempered spin, or in this case just a buttered slash, he will die immediately. Because it's just enough damage to kill him.
You know, I was wondering for a brief second why Uzi wasn't item dashing.
He has no dash.
I'm aware of that. And arrows.
Hammer Pegs is a boss. Fail is coming over here to do the same thing. It's gonna be this, the Smith,
King
Powder, probably a check at Haunted Grove just because they can't afford to leave it out.
Yeah. And they're putting off the pedestal, which Aerosmiths. Oh wow. There's a lot of busts.
Which is surprising given how many busts we had at the beginning of the seed.
So many busts, you might think it's an art exhibit.
Yeah. Then you just have a statue in there shaped like 10 arrows. Except it's just the head of the arrow.
Boots!
Boots on the bat. Ozipone is go.
And Failstream is right behind him.
Fail will be right behind, about, after with Hammer Pigs here, probably about a minute behind.
It's the go mode!
So that powder in T-Rock was essential.
Yep.
We have been cursed with fast and go mode.
I always love the curses in the Zelda game.
Yeah, just because the bat is typically doing the opposite of what he wants to do.
Well, it's not even just the bat. Like, all of the other Zelda games have this similar theme of we're cursing you with something beneficial.
Yeah.
Mario games too, now that I think about it.
That is true. Thousand Year Door makes a good example of this. Now, Uzi just needs the big key here just to go upstairs, so he's going to be ignoring the entire bottom part of Desert, which at this point...
I don't blame them.
Yeah, which at this point, I think the only other item they're missing that they'd like is Red Mail. And, you know, it is occurring here. Fail skipped left side entirely, and it's going to pay off nicely for him.
It is. I think Fail is banking on that being pedestal.
Yeah.
Now
it's just an execution and race at the end here.
It is, and a lot can still go wrong. Ganon's tower is pretty mean.
Yep. Although it looks like Fail went to the wrong spot.
Execution.
As ozipone probably gets ready to silver arrow some landmos.
Also, can we just talk about this arrow count?
That is way too many arrows.
That's way too many.
In fact, now that I'm thinking about it, didn't we find the last arrow expansion in the freaking hammer peg cave?
I think so.
Yeah, it looks like Uzi's just gonna opt to fire rod them. And with Butter Sword, I mean, they're gonna die in 2 hits to the Butter Sword anyways.
Now, would it be fast? Is it faster to fire rod at this point, or to just like normal swing butter?
Depends on how close you want to get to the worms.
Alright, so I think it's that time.
It is indeed very shortly going to be that time.
Ozipone has cleared the last crystal dungeon. Oh god, we've already got it. We've already started it.
Yep, the guessing game has begun. There are 22 chests in Gan's Tower where the big key can be. Put your guess 1 through 22 into the chat. If you are a subscriber to the Speed Gaming channels or have donated at least 250 bits, you will be able to participate for the ranked leaderboard. Otherwise, you can just participate for bragging rights. And these guesses will run until we reach the tower.
The only 2-digit palindromic number, 11. That's a very specific guess.
I mean, he could also guess 22. That one also reads the same forwards and backwards. And it's within our logic. The problem is we just call it tile room. Because that's normally what check 22 is.
I would argue that Fail did the faster landmill.
Yeah, he quick killed them with those silvers.
But that's really like... That's mincing seconds at that point.
Yep.
Which is what this race could come down to. Let's be real.
Alright. Uzi has reached the tower.
What?
As it occurred to me, I have not actually guessed yet.
Fail is just having a horrible time with it. Things.
So before this actually starts going here, I'm gonna put in the guess for 12 today.
1.
One and 2 are both keys. Doing a right side check.
Are we doing dark? We're not doing Dark Magician? Aw.
You know, just occurred to me, I don't think we started the guessing game.
How do we start the guessing?
It would have been a command in chat. I don't think anybody covered it.
Oops.
Oh well. I didn't see it at the very least.
Right.
Yeah, for once we're in speed gaming and not one of the RM channel, the ALTTP channels. 3 through 6 are also a bust.
Hey. Left side. Don't let me down. If it's not 1, it's gotta be 22.
Left. Well, there's the mushroom.
Bob lives.
Bye, mushroom.
Bob, the glitch skull of destiny, lives. Fail. A moment of indecision.
I think he's trying to decide whether he's going left or right, and he's
We
not
might
going to
see-
decide, do you go further right?
Might be a Dark Magician.
No.
Yeah. Dark Magician on Failstream.
Oh, he might just be going left.
Oh!
There's the big key.
That was chess.
That was chest 10 for Ozipone.
9. 7, 8, 9.
7 is the torch.
Oh, you're right. 10. Chest number 10, which means Failstream is not far behind Uzi.
Now he's gonna pick this up on either his 4th, 5th, 6th, or 7th chest. We got a race.
It's gonna be.
It's gonna be number 5.
Wow. And out we're going.
This is going to be close.
It is. This is gonna come down to Moldrum and probably the execution in the gauntlet.
Or just Ganon execution too, all depending.
That's true too. There I would give the edge to Fail, because Fail has a potion still. Uzi never stopped to get one.
That is actually very true. This is the last of the. So the last of the magic that Uzi's getting is going to be from the pots in Ganon's tower.
Yep.
So he's now in Gauntlet and cleared out his first room pretty nicely.
Skeleton room took some damage, but
Makes it look
otherwise,
easy, though. That room is very tricky to do efficiently. Unfortunately, these Zacks in this room are not cooperating. A little bit.
I would argue.
Now in Gauntlet.
Yep. Right on Uzi's tail.
Tail, heels, take your pick. So ozipone is making the decision to take this fairy for a heal. The downside to this is it's going to desync his Lambos in the next room.
Which is a little awkward, but not the end of the world. Gonna
Got
do a
one of
2
them
cycle at least.
but he does need to really be careful here and not lose too much time to these worms.
Nope, that's 3 cycle.
Fail has caught up as a result of this.
Oof. Fail is also going to take the fairy.
So he is also going to get a desync here.
Now, the desync is the same every time, right?
I don't think it is, because look at how much faster the worms came out for Fail.
Possibly only a 2 cycle. Yep.
Yep, gets it nicely though. Both onto the cane floor. Uzi now in the second main room for its applicative use.
Yep. Woo. Uzi's torch room. Fail, meanwhile, clearing my favorite room.
Yeah, I like both of those rooms, but the first one is just amusing.
I can't really do the second.
Second room, it's usually that last Wizrobe that ends up being a problem.
Yeah, I just need to practice it.
Uzi gonna need to take the full magic in this room if he's gonna do the next room.
Yeah.
Whereas Fail has reserves to work with.
Well, like I said, Fail has advantage here, but, like, it's...
Yeah, that potion could come in very clutch in the fight.
It's only an advantage if Uzi has to play it really safe on Ganon.
Yep. But we also have another very big determining factor coming up in the next room.
Aga? Oh, Troldrum.
How bad is Troldrum gonna be? He'll die in 2 butter hits. Gonna leave Uzi B. Gonna leave Uzi B.
No validation chest.
No validation chest. Now Fail gonna deal with Troldrum.
I want to say Troldrum was nicer to Fail.
He was, and both of them had a very easy time with him. Aga 2 for Uzi. Fail is gonna be hot on his heels. Also, not gonna do his validation. I don't blame these two. This is the last race in the tournament lives, potentially, and neither has seen a dot done yet. They have to imagine this race is very close, and it is.
Now, I didn't get the count on Uzi's Aga balls, but...
I think he is on 4 or 5. It depends on whether or not those first 2 count as separate hits.
Oh!
Yep, there he goes.
5. Alright. Did Fail just get a triple?
He might have.
Into a double?
So yeah, he's gonna get this 1 cycle faster than Uzi, make up a little bit of time, I think.
No, it was just 3 doubles, wasn't it? That's still faster.
Yeah.
Oh boy. It is down to Ganon. This is the closest race I've seen yet.
This is going to come down to mere seconds. And it's going to be a great way to end out this bracket stage, this top 16 bracket stage of the secondary tournament.
That's some interesting cheese fact by Ganon. I did not know that the heaviest cheese was 57 pounds.
It was 57,000 pounds and 32 feet long.
1,000 pounds. Holy crap. Alright. Ozipone already in phase 3. Fail is about to join them.
Yeah, this is going to come down to that last phase.
It's going to come down to the door. Ooh. Both of them on phase 3.
All right, Uzi's last phase has begun. He needs to be careful with his magic here.
Oh.
Does not get torch glitch.
No torch glitch is not set up for any of the, Oh,
still has
that's a double
2 more
setup.
hits to do. Fail's not going to get torch glitch, but he did get 2 hits. Uzi's down to his last, I believe.
Fail is also down to his last. Oh, and it looks like Uzi wins.
Wow.
By second.
And
Whoa.
according to SRL, Ozipone has done with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 51 minutes, and 45 seconds. Failstream finishes 3 seconds behind.
Oh, wow. And scene. That is nuts. Whew. I don't think I've seen a closer race. Not in my time commentating.
Now, I want to say that before the race started, Uzi mentioned he does not have a mic set up. So we're not going to be able to get an interview from him.
Uzi said that they could join in the Twitch chat, but...
Yeah, he won't be able to actually chat with us here, though.
Not live.
Not live.
I want to say what decided this was Fail, it's gotta be Fail, fluting to, Death Mountain once, and doing a couple checks that Uzi didn't. Like, that's gotta be the only difference. Whew. So, are we gonna try and get Fail in here at least?
I'm checking to see whether or not Fail is interested in one or not. But wow, that was a close race.
Ooh.
My God.
I think other decisions that I made this really close was skipping left side swamp.
Alright, looks like Ozipone will need pulling into the voice to hear our questions.
Okay. Now, if I'm not mistaken, there's another run going on right now.
Yes, another run just started like shortly ago on A Link to the Past Randomizer 1.
Yep. Boots were in powder.
All right, ozipone has joined us in here. He won't be able to chat, but he will at least be able to respond to the questions in the Twitch chat with us. So, congrats on narrowly winning that race there, ozipone.
That is the closest race I've seen in a long time, Uzi. Rebound rod.
All right, it does look like Fail will be joining us in a minute to chat about this as well.
Rebound rod is cane, is the blue cane? So, Uzi, how are you feeling when you went into Swamp? Let's be honest. That was the biggest concern.
Yeah.
Positive Swamp would have boots?
Yeah, Swamp was the most chest dense place, so it makes sense.
It was the most chest dense place, but it was it like, I would argue Kakariko would have been faster.
Yeah.
All right, and with us is Failstream.
Joined by Failstream now. GG, dude.
GG. Good game, man. 3 seconds. That's disappointing for me.
All right, so do you guys?
It is disappointing, but it was a very close race, and you both played pretty well.
Biggest divergences were really Fail. You checked a few overworld locations, but you skipped some dungeon spots, and Uzi full cleared.
Yeah, Fail made up a lot of time by skipping those dungeons.
The left side swamp was important.
Yeah, I felt at that point in time, there were a lot of overworld locations that just had better value for me than just trying to check left side swamp also when there's only one item there. And so I just went straight to do the whole blacksmith quest and everything. And, you know, blacksmith quest, the purple chest, the powder, which ended up being the boots. Yeah, I actually had thought about doing those first, the overworld locations first, but decided against it because the dungeons had been so forthcoming with items, and it turned out to not be the case, specifically for Swamp.
Yeah, this entire race, you two were basically just following each other's footsteps. So, like, both of you went to check the desert, then did Mire, then did Ice, and then you both went to Swamp, and as soon as Swamp was done, you both went to do the Smiths and got those boots. I think around that time, Fail, you were a minute behind, but you made up a lot of time to close that gap.
You did.
Yeah, I can't help but think, like, 3 seconds, if I had just not accidentally fluted to Death Mountain after coming out of Mire.
It's a shame, just like you're gonna look at all those small things and think about what if.
That and the potion buy.
The potion buy, which I did not need. Completely unnecessary.
I mean, had the fight gone south for ozipone, that would have helped you a lot.
I could have clutched it.
Yeah.
I guess a separate question to ask here is, what did you two think about how bad this start was?
God, the start was awful. I thought it was just so bad. I felt that I should have just went straight to Aga after getting the cape, and I didn't do it, and I regret it a lot.
Yeah, you two were like within a second of each other going into Aga Tower as well.
I should have trusted my instincts.
Ooh, ozipone is 4 seconds off of just a 150 straight.
In game, yeah.
Yeah.
And that must have been a really exciting race, though.
Oh,
Yeah,
it was.
It wasn't the most divergent of races, but man, was it close.
Yeah, you were both pretty much following the same routes. There were a couple of points where you swapped what you were doing. I think Hyrule Castle was one of those.
Yeah, one did high roll first, the other went straight. Well, I failed fake flipper, but I'm trying to remember. Yeah, after that it was Eastern, I believe, for ozipone.
Yeah. And both of you put off Aghanim until the last minute.
Yeah, that's something that I feel I shouldn't do so much. I mean, it's nice to be able to skip Aga, but when it's kind of the whole seat is kind of pointing in that direction, it just
With an early cape.
yeah, with the
Yeah,
early cape.
Sometimes it's a hard
read,
read, but in this instance, the game was just putting red lights over the Aga Tower, telling you to go there.
Yeah. I actually, after getting all the items and realizing that Aga was required, I felt very, very behind. Because, if Ozzy had chosen to go into Aga's tower before checking all those spots, he'd be way ahead.
Well, he never fake flippered, so he didn't get that sword that you had until pretty much after checking all the flipper spots.
Ah, I see.
So in the end, you two ended up very even going into the tower, and it was just small things from there.
Right.
That bow being in Mimic Cave was a little trollish, though.
Oh yeah. When I got the bow, I was wondering if I was in go mode or not, because I hadn't checked the desert torch. So all I was thinking was, am I in go mode? So I made sure I got all the laser chests, and then went straight to desert to find out.
And unfortunately, both of you found out that answer was no.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's a good time to call it, though.
Yeah, it was a very good race between both of you.
Make sure to give our runners a follow, and we will see Uzi in the top 8 bracket.
All right.
Yeah,
GG,
and congrats
good
on
luck
making it
to
this far,
Ozzy.
Failstream. A top 16 finish is nothing to sneeze at.
It is not. All right. So, we've been your hosts.
I think that is gonna wrap it up from us here, though.
Yeah, we've been your hosts.
Like we mentioned on A Link to the Past Randomizer 1, a race is either just started or about to start.
I believe it's in progress right now.
The race is between Zertinal and Zaphod. It is a top 8 race.
It is.
First of the set.
So go give them your support. Have a great night.
Yep. And just quickly a shout out to our tracker, Sir Laugh-A-Lot, and to our restreamer. Well, I guess it's the bot in this case, so to Fiesel for making all this happen.
Yep.
Have a good night, everyone.
Take care.